from the Allen Samuels
Enjoy
Dodge
100% oak smoked meats, delicious sides, and Rudy's signature sauce. Don't forget, Rudy's serves breakfast tacos every day until 10 a.m. Alongside Tom Barfield, I'm Derek Smith. Max Calderon from Baylor Athletic Communications in the booth with us here at Phoenix Municipal Stadium. Cameron Savoy, our producer, back at our studios in Waco. Cameron tanned, rested, and ready for another day behind the controls here in Waco. And Cameron, we're glad to have you with us once again today. It's a 3-2 ball game. Arizona State scored 2 in the bottom of the third. Baylor answered with 1 in the top of the fourth. And now the Sun Devils will have Dominic Smaldino, Matt Polk, and Beckett Zavorek. Hitters number 5, 6, and 7 due up against Ethan Calder. Here's the first pitch from Calder to Smaldino. That misses away, ball 1. But we did get the corner there. Strike, and it's 0-1.
Favorable call.
Yeah. We'll take it, though. Here is the pitch. That is down and away. And the count now even at 1-1. Smaldino, a .317 hitter, 9 homers, and 27 runs batted in. There's a breaking ball in the dirt, bounces away from J.J. Kinnett. No one on base, but it doesn't matter. But we've seen a little of that these last couple of innings. Count 2-1. Smaldino, 8 homers, 27 runs batted in. And the 2-1 pitch up high, 3-1. Couldn't locate the fastball there. 3-1, a favorable count to a good hitter in Smaldino. He homered on Friday night. Went howling out to left center field in the 3-1 pitch. That is sharply hit up the middle into center field. A leadoff single for Smaldino. Third time in 4 innings that the leadoff man has reached. The prior 2 times, Arizona State was able to turn it into a run. So hopefully that changes here as Polk steps in. Matt Polk, a Vanderbilt product, a transfer from Vandy. Long Beach, California native, went to Orange Lutheran High School, which is the alma mater of a great former Baylor infielder, Josh Bissonette. .357 hitter. He's trying to bunt, and he lunges towards the pitch and stumbles right over the top of it, strike 1.
Well, maybe they'll take the bunt off and let him go ahead and ground into the 40th double play for the Bears this season.
Speaking into existence. 0-1. Here is the pitch. He's taking there and does not show bunt. Off speed down and away, 1-1. Right-handed hitter against the lefty Ethan Calder. Keep the numbers on Calder here in just a moment. Here's the pitch in the dirt, and it's 2-1. Calder has thrown on the day 48 pitches, 32 of them for strikes. 3 runs, 2 of them earned in 3 innings. He's given up 5 hits. He has struck out 1 and has yet to walk anybody. And we're going to see a mound visit from pitching coach Sean Snedeker out to have a word with his veteran pupil, and J.J. Kinnett will come to join as well. Hasn't been quite as sharp these last couple innings. I thought he got off to a really sharp start, Tom, even with that run scoring in the first inning. Really located his breaking stuff.
Hey, the spin rate on his breaking stuff early in the ball game was just incredible. I mean, the bottom was dropping out of his stuff. Sned says his piece.
Yeah. They're trying to make it hard for the Bears to hear. They're cranking up the music and encouraging fans to be loud. 2-1. The pitch, wave and a miss. A good chat there between Snedeker and Ethan Calder. Calder glances at his wrist and now steps back atop the mound with the count even 2-2. Runner at first, nobody out. Bears down by a run in the bottom of the 4th inning. Runner going at first. The pitch is up and away. The throw down from Kinnett. Is it in time? Yes! He throws out the would-be base stealer there as cutting down Smaldino. J.J. Kinnett throws out. We're going to have a review, but if this play stands, that's the 3rd base stealer in 4 attempts this year that J.J. Kinnett has gunned down.
The pitch was up and away, so it was an unbelievably great pitch for J.J. to throw on, and I'm not real clear why they're I really don't think that it was that close. Did I miss something?
Now, the throw down was in plenty of time. I guess there's a question, did he get the tag down in time, but it looked as if he was out. Let's see if we can get a look at this.
It's 2-4 on the called stealing. Now, Ethan is the home plate umpire. Stephen Corby are having a conversation.
Max Calderon has viewed the replay, and he believes that this play will stand.
We're going to get a look at it here. Yeah, he's out.
Time, yeah.
He's out.
Once they verify that, it'll be a 2-6 caught stealing.
Yeah, Travis Eggert, the second base umpire, he didn't even put the cell on it. And, you know, a lot of times, you're out. You know how they do. He just went, you're out. So.
Well, Jet, how about JJ? 3 of 4 base stealers he's thrown out this weekend.
He's had a wonderful weekend.
He has.
I mean, offensively, defensively, kid's just playing baseball right now.
He's having a nice chat with Matt Polk down there.
Well, he'll
right
talk
now.
to a tree. You know
Yes.
that. JJ, he has never met a stranger.
They continue to view the replay footage there at the end of the Baylor dugout. They're visible there as they reviewed. In fact, they're really right there by the student section as they do.
Yeah. And isn't that interesting that they don't go into a dugout or into an office or whatever? They just don't.
Right down at the end in full view.
And
All
here
right,
we go.
Here's the call.
He's out. 2-4 called stealing.
So now bases empty, 1 away, and a full count to the batter, Matt Polk. Well, J.J. Kennett has saved some runs for the Bears, no question, in addition to driving in 3 of them. Polk steps back in the box. Here's the payoff pitch, and that's ripped right back up the middle into center field, a base hit.
Well, I'll be perfectly honest, I'd rather see that than a walk.
Same. That's the 6th hit for Arizona State. They have 3 runs on 6 hits. Baylor 2 runs, 3 hits, and an error. And here is Beckett Zavorek. Zavorek rounded out to third base his first time up on a nice play by freshman Cole Landcloss. He's out there at third base in place of Brighton Clemens, who re-aggravated an injury. Here's the pitch, ground ball into left field, a base hit. Zavorek jumps all over the first pitch. Polk rounds second, but stays put there, and that's 3 straight hits to start the inning for Arizona State. Luckily, one of those base runners cut down attempting to steal second base.
So you get a ground ball, you're still going to get out of this thing okay.
Yeah. Here is Brody Briggs. Now, Briggs has been a good hitter for them this weekend. 3 hits. He's walked twice. He's been hit by a pitch, and he's just managed to be in the middle of the action for them.
He's driven in. Yeah, I'm sorry, Derek. He's driven in 3 for him this weekend.
Left-handed batter against the lefty Ethan Calder. First pitch swinging, and he flies it into right field. Brady Janusek in a few steps, makes the catch. Runner at second. Polk is tagging. A good throw is cut off by Travis Sanders, and they're on the corners with 2 away. So Briggs flies out to right field. Matt Polk tags and takes third. And now here is PJ Mutsaritas, the shortstop.
Shortstop number 10, PJ Mutsaritas.
Mutsaritas is a better hitter with runners on with 2 outs than he is overall. It's a .299 average, but he's 34 points higher with runners aboard and 67 points higher with 2 outs. The pitch from Calder in the dirt. Runner takes off for second base and hesitates to see maybe what could happen if he draws a throw, but he'll just trot on to second base on that pitch in the dirt. So now they're at second and third with 2 outs. It's a 3-2 ball game. Here's the pitch to Mutsaritas. Another one down in the dirt with the breaking ball. And it is 2-0. Favorable count here to the Arizona State shortstop. Calder with the stretch and the pitch. Outside, ball 3. Well, you would just as soon not face Landon Hairston, the on-deck hitter, with the bases loaded, but one more pitch out of his zone, and that was what would happen. Ethan called it, though, could make the bat back competitive again. Here's the 3-0. It's on the way, and that is low, down and in, ball 4. Well, now the bases are loaded for Landon Hairston, the nation's leading home run hitter. And this is really the first big leverage at-bat he's had this weekend. Today he's 1 for 1 officially with a single and a sacrifice fly, but he bats here with the bases loaded and 2 away. Arizona State up by a run. The Bears are going to put Pearson Reebok in shallow right field to try to plug that hole. Here is the pitch to Hairston, up and in, ball 1. Hairston, .667 batting average this year with the bases loaded. This is a treacherous situation here for the Bears, and there's a tapper wide of first into the Baylor shift. Reebok had it played perfectly. He trots in and throws on the run to first for the out. That's a base hit if he's not stationed in shallow right, but he was stationed in shallow right, and there's nothing across for Arizona State. They strand the bases loaded. No runs on 3 hits, bases stranded full of Sun Devils. We've played 4. The score remains Arizona State 3, Baylor 2. And this is Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
From the Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Studios, this is KRZI Waco, K222DC Waco, K265DV Temple, ESPN Central Texas.
If you need a trailer, Flat Rock Trailers has got you covered. From light-duty single-axle utility trailers to the Big Tex tandem duals. We also carry a full line of enclosed cargo trailers. Need a motorcycle trailer? We've got them. Need a dump trailer? We've got the largest selection in the state. Oilfield trailers? We carry a full line of Big Tex trailers to handle all your needs. Trailer repairs? We repair all makes and models. We'll even rent you a trailer if you need to use one for a day. Flat Rock Trailers, your #1 source for all your trailer needs. Find us at flatrocktrailers.com.
Proudly serving Texas since 2007. Magnolia Realty is a full-service brokerage and a trusted neighbor, bridging expert industry knowledge with integrity and kindness. Known for their award-winning agents, Magnolia Realty understands the dynamics of making the real estate journey your own and the importance of trust from contract to close. You can find their local agents here in Waco and across the state, including in Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, and Temple. To get connected and learn more, visit magnoliarealty.com. Here's to home.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Well, the Bears live on the edge in the bottom of the 4th inning, but nothing across for the Sun Devils. They get 3 hits, load the bases, but the Bears, J.J. Kennett throws out. Dominique Smaldino trying to steal second, and then on a would-be base hit by Landon Hairston, the Bears had already stationed Pearson Reebok in shallow right, so instead of a single, it's just a 4-3 put out. And so it remains a 3-2 ball game as we head to the top of the 5th inning.
That is positive news for the Bears, to say the least.
Yeah, for sure. You know, you look, Tom, honestly, now the last really 13 innings of this series, Baylor's been really competitive right there with Arizona State. Of course, didn't get off to a good start Friday night, but as Cole Landcloss tries to bunt his way on to start the inning, he bunts through the first pitch he sees for Klecker for strike 1. But you don't want to just be competitive. You got to get a win, and you only got one chance to do so. That's today. 0-1. Here's the pitch from Klecker. A breaking ball swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. Landcloss looking for his first hit at the collegiate level. Montgomery, Texas native. The 0-2 pitch, strike 3 call. Generous outside corner there, allowed by Stephen Corvey, and there's one away. That's 6 strikeouts for Cole Klecker through 4 1/3. That's a strike, the pitcher ones. Thought it was a little off the plate, but he got the call.
Well, as long as we get that call.
Yes. Here's Bo Caraway. Caraway grounded out to second base. His first time up, they got the shift on 3 infielders between first and second. And Caraway takes a breaking ball down, ball 1.
Catchers have had some issues today hanging on the baseballs.
Travis Sanders in the on-deck circle. Yeah, both Kennett and Briggs. It'll be a 1-0 pitch. It's on the way. That's in the dirt low, 2-0.
he dropped it again, did Briggs, and so now he says, you know what, I want to do baseball.
Yeah. That's what caused it. Klecker, TCU transfer, sends the 2-0 pitch to Caraway. He squares and then takes a strike. The count is 2-1. Braden Bergman moving around in the Baylor bullpen. We saw Grayson Murray heading back down there a moment ago. Here's the stretch in the pitch by Klecker, and it's sliced foul. Tom, as we see Murray go down there, got to say, I hope that maybe he's in a nice groove, about 5 straight solid outings. Hopefully that's a sign of things to come for the stretch run.
Absolutely. The Bears could absolutely use the old Grayson Murray the rest of the way.
Here's the 2-2, and that is flared into shallow left field. It's going to be the shortstop, Mutsaritas, jogging back a few steps onto the grass to make the grab. There's 2 down, and here's Travis Sanders. It's a 3-2 ball game. Arizona State by 1 in the top of the 5th inning. Bears got a run in the 2nd inning on a Tice Armstrong homer, his 15th of the year, and then a 2-out rally in the 4th inning. J.J. Kennett with a 2-out RBI double to cut the Arizona State lead in half. And then, as we mentioned, Baylor did a nice job after Arizona State threatened in the bottom of the 4th to get out of the inning unscathed. Here's the 2-out batter, Sanders. The pitch, fastball up and away, ball 1. Sanders 1 for 2 today. He awaits the pitch, a breaking ball outside corner for a strike. His hitting streak now is at 8 games. One and 1. Here is the pitch. It is low. Beg your pardon. He is now 7 of the last 8 games. 2-1. Here is the pitch, just off the outside corner, and it's 3-1.
You know, last at bat he singled, and he really kind of matriculated around the bases on a pass ball and then a wild pitch to get to third base.
Favorable count here. The pitch from Klecker, a check swing and a breaking ball, and he went around. That runs the count full at 3-2. Base is empty, 2 outs. Here's the payoff pitch, and he fights it off foul. He'll live to see another one.
Could you handle 77 degrees on a Sunday afternoon?
Oh, yeah, this is beautiful baseball weather.
You wonder why teams come out here to train, and now you know.
Here's the payoff pitch, a swing and a foul tip to stay alive. Now, this is picture perfect, and it's great setting, and you would think, you know, they obviously recruit well here for baseball. You would think this would be an easy place to recruit to, in all honesty, just with the weather, and you're in a big city.
Successful program with history.
Here's another payoff pitch, and there's a bouncer up the middle. Played on the high hop by the back-paddling second baseman Zavorek. Doesn't get a lot on the throw, but on a bang-bang pay, Sanders is out. Sanders believes he was safe, and it was close. Are we going to have a replay?
Yeah, I think Toppy's asking for a review.
Thought Sanders just beat that. You could see Zavorek as he was backpedaling. Knew he had to throw quickly to first, and he just didn't get a lot on it. And Sanders appeared to beat it. And we'll get a look at it. What do you see, Tom?
Well, we're just now getting a look at it right here.
There's that high chopper.
It's close.
Compelling visual evidence.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, you got to have enough there to overturn it, and I'm not sure that there is enough there.
Well, they're looking at it now down at the end of the Baylor dugout. Maybe some of the Bears can politic over there, you know, see if they can influence them.
There's a security guard that stands at one end of the dugout, Derek, and then when they have a review, he goes running down with the umpires to stand at the other end of the dugout.
Well, that's not a bad idea. I know you're right there by the Inferno, the student section. They might get a little rowdy. Well, they're taking a look at this.
It is real close, but I think he may be out.
Now Sanders staying put at first base and still told until he's told to vacate.
Yeah, he's out.
Okay. Well,
that we saw 4 or 5 different angles, and the last one was
conclusive.
yes.
Yeah, you know that's tough. You know, you almost, I know it's such a natural reaction to put your hands up to your ears for the earmuffs or for the headphones for the review, but man, players are, and this is just Travis Sanders, this is all players. They are not to be trusted on that.
No, and that's why I personally look to the coaches coaching at first and at third to see what they think.
And he is out, so the challenge is upheld, and on a bang-bang play, Sanders is retired. Middle of 5 here in Phoenix. Our score remains Arizona State 3 and Baylor 2 in the series finale. And you're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
We don't just build.
Sorry, guys.
We build something that's meant to last.
I thought it was not anybody. Never mind. Sorry, I missed it.
Just built in Texas. It's built by Texas. Every line, weld, and seal, shaped with the pride, heat, and strength that only Texas really knows. The Tundra is built to tough it out and to take it easy. Built to carry tradition and to make new ones. Built to roll with the punches and to go the distance. Built stronger, built louder, built here. The 2026 Toyota Tundra. Built in Texas, driven everywhere. Test drive at your local Toyota dealer or visit Toyota.com today. Toyota. Let's go places. Feature availability differs based on trim. See Toyota.com for details.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Ethan Calder prepares to go to work on the heart of the Arizona State order as the Sun Devils bat in the bottom of the 5th inning. Game number 1 on Friday was all Sun Devils, 11-2. Yesterday, very competitive. Baylor had some late chances but couldn't get over the hump in a 4-2 loss. Today, Arizona State scored first, and then it's been back and forth since, but they have a 3-2 lead halfway through this series finale. New Contreras will lead things off against Ethan Calder. The veteran left-hander has pitched 4 innings for the Bears. He has allowed 3 runs, 2 of them earned, as he starts Contreras off with a strike. 4 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, a strikeout, and a walk. Contreras, 2 for 2 today with an RBI. He has absolutely been a thorn in Baylor's side throughout the course of this weekend. He is now 6 for 10 with 2 homers and 4 runs batted in. The pitch from Calder, breaking ball just off the plate away. You want that outside corner if you're Baylor pitchers, because we've seen Arizona State. That may have been just a little further out, but good location there for Calder. Here's the 2-1 to Contreras. He took a hack and just tipped the breaking pitch foul. The count even at 2-2.
I think that's the concept around here, Derek. Do not get cheated on your swings.
Yeah. Well, they have, they're on pace to finish the year with about 100 home runs as a squad. The 2-2 pitch on the way, well outside. The count is full. On deck is Dean Toigo. Bottom of the 5th inning. Bears down by a run. The payoff pitch, just off the plate away. Ball 4.
That's close.
That's very close. You know, that may have been literally off the plate, which if so, that's a ball, and fair enough. But the corner was generous, I thought, last inning.
You know, and Ethan showed a little emotion out there, and he wanted that one. He felt like he got that one. I think he felt like he put it where he wanted to put it.
Now here's Dean Toigo. He's not looked sharp today against Ethan Calder. I think Ethan is really kind of vexed the left-handed hitter. The first pitch, a breaking ball in tight, ball 1. Toigo, a UNLV transfer, Big 12 preseason newcomer of the year. And he has played up to that billing.
And Derek, this Arizona State team just continues to get their leadoff guy on base. This is the 4th time in 5 innings.
The pitch to Toigo, bounced foul, and the count evens at 1-1. That bounces off the front of the Arizona State dugout. That was a nice job by Calder and the Bears to get out of that 4th inning unscathed, but you don't want to play with fire like that too often. Here's the pitch to Toigo, wave and a miss. He was well out in front of that breaking ball from Ethan. Runner at first, nobody out. You know, talk about him being the preseason newcomer of the year. Obviously, he and Tyus Armstrong have had very similar seasons at the plate. Here's the pitch to Toigo. Slaps it foul behind the plate. Toigo's batting average about 25 points higher. He has 1 more home run, but otherwise, you know, pretty similar.
I just realized what I don't like about their uniforms. We were talking about their uniforms before we went on the air. It's the number.
Yeah,
it's the gold
I'm with
number.
you.
It's the gold number.
There's a throw over to first base, and Trout is back standing up. Yeah, they have the maroon stripes and, you know, kind of lettering around the Devils on the front, but, yeah, they have this really light gold number on the back. Here's the 1-2 pitch, wave and a miss. He chased a breaking ball down and away from Calder, and that's a big strikeout to start the inning. Second time Toigo has been retired via the punchy.
He's the only Devil to get punched.
That's right. Now 1 out, and here is Austin Roling. You can just tell he doesn't like facing Ethan Calder.
Yeah. You mentioned earlier he was very uncomfortable and timid.
Yeah. Here's Austin Rolig, 0 for 2 today. First pitch swinging, lifts a fly ball back deep to right field. Janusek runs out of room. Rolig launches one into the bullpen and extends Arizona State's lead with his 2nd home run of the year. A 2-run shot to make it 5-2.
Just his 2nd home run of the season.
Yeah, that's tough. He got a hold of it and lifted it into the jet stream the other way. And Janusek's reaction quickly let you know it was trouble. Now, this is an Arizona State team that hit 5 home runs on Friday night. Had 1 yesterday as well. This is their first of the day today. Now here's Dominique Smaldino. First pitch swinging, grounds it behind the bag at third. Landcloss is there to make the pick, and a strong throw on across for the out.
I'm impressed with Landcloss's ability to throw the baseball. My goodness.
Yeah,
he was behind the bag there and threw a BB.
It looks natural. 2 down, bases empty. The batter is Matt Polk. Polk 1 for 2 today. You know, Coach Thompson and the staff, when they were telling us about the players before the year, they said that, you know, really in terms of his fielding athleticism, he already looks the part at this level. You know, the hitting's got to catch up, as is the case for most players at this level, but they said, you know, his defensive ability has looked the part. First pitch to Matt Polk, a breaking ball down and in, ball 1. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. A 2-run homer by Austin Rolig in the frame has extended Arizona State's lead to 5-2. Polk, sharply hit single into left field, extends the inning. So he is aboard. That's now 9 hits for the Sun Devils. Tom looked down a decent number of fans in green and gold for being so far away from home. A lot of the usual suspects, players, parents, and such, but it has been nice to see some others. I see some fans that I don't recognize,
right.
And you feel like that means there's some fans here in the Valley who have made their way out to cheer on the Bears. We appreciate them coming. First pitch swinging. There's a drive down into the right field alley. That is going to get down for a base hit and one hop the wall. Matt Polk being waved around third. Here he comes. Here's the relay from Travis Sanders. Not in time. It's a 2-out RBI double for Beckett Zafore, and it's a 6-2 ball game.
Well, going on contact, Polk wasn't stopping. He kept making that left turn, and that ball was up the alley, and by the time the Bears outfield got to it, the throw was a good throw, but it was clearly late. And now it's turned into a 3-spot here in the bottom of the 5th inning and a 4-run lead.
Yeah, their most prolific scoring inning of the ball game. They had 1 in the first, 2 in the third, and now 3 in the 5th. Really got to keep this where it is as the batter Brody Briggs stands in. He takes ball 1 down. Well, a leadoff walk, a 2-run home run, a 2-out single, a 2-out double. That's how the 3 runs have crossed the plate. Here's the kick and the pitch. That is in for a strike, and it's 1-1.
Buchanan is up and throwing again for the Bears.
Here is Calder stepping back on the rubber and staring in at Brody Briggs, and the pitch. That's in the dirt, a block by J.J. Kiddett. We saw him warm up yesterday, I believe. Braden Bergman getting loose out there, but he did not pitch, and you expect to see him. You'd love him whenever Ethan Calder's day is done to be able to give the Bears a couple of good innings out of the pen. Here's the 2-1 pitch on the way. A check swing. Did he go around? No, says third base umpire Jim Shaley.
Well, Ethan is approaching 80 pitches, so the leash is probably not too terribly long.
You would love for him just to get out of this inning and allow whomever to start a clean inning.
Now, time is called, and JJ's going to the mound, and I think this is
a tactic.
Yes, it is a tactic.
They're out to have a word. You see Mitch Thompson staring down at the dugout from the top, staring down at the bullpen, I beg your pardon, from the top step of the dugout. The bullpens here are in the outfield, so we've got a great vantage point for them. They've got the fence that you can see through. They're right at the base of a sharp hill, climbs up the left field wall. JJ back behind the plate. 3-1 the count to Briggs, and you wonder here if one way or the other this is the last batter Calder will face. Runner at second with 2 away. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That is ripped down the right field line. It's in for a base hit. Zavorak around third. He scores. 2-out RBI single from Brody Briggs, and it is a 4-run inning for the Sun Devils. They lead it 7-2. Well, they've managed to tee off here in this bottom of the 5th inning. And here is P.J. Moutsaritas. Mitch Thompson stirring in the dugout. And he makes his way to the steps, and we're going to see a pitching change. Ethan Calder gave the Bears some good innings, but this 5th inning just kind of got away from him and the Bears. You know, they've hit him today, 11 hits through 4 2/3 innings, but he'd managed to minimize until this one. We'll take a timeout and come back here to Phoenix, where the Bears trail 7-2 to Arizona State here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Are you a diehard Bears fan? Sure, your entire closet is Baylor green and gold. All your pets' names have started with Judge, and that good old Baylor line is your ringtone. But do you have an official Baylor University toll tag? That small green and gold sticker reps the Bears and cuts your toll bill in half. Visit getmytolltag.com to purchase your specialty tag and deck your ride with Baylor pride. Small sticker, big savings, sick 'em Bears.
Favorite jeans, favorite shirt. Got Connecticut sausage and I'm firing it up. Yeah, everybody knows it's how I get my grill on. You can smell that flavor up and down the road. It's a little taste of heaven, and everybody knows It's how I get my grill on. Kanaka sausage. It's just a little taste of heaven.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Well, Mitch Thompson goes to the bullpen for Braden Bergman out of Plano East High School. Bergie going to the hill for the Bears for the 17th time this year. He's 1-0 with a 3.44 earned run average. In 18 and a third innings, he's given up 7 runs on 12 hits. He has struck out 21. He's walked 14, and opponents hitting 194. He takes over for the starter, Ethan Calder, who went 4 2/3 today. 7 runs, 6 of those runs earned on 11 hits. He walked 2, he struck out 2, throwing 80 pitches, and he departs the ball game with property at first base. And again, simple for Bergie. Keep it at 5 and see what the Bears can do offensively.
You know, the Bears have battled today, but it's just it's tough. This is a good Arizona State offense. They play well at home, and you know, they've been out hit 11-3. That's been a factor all weekend long. The Bears have not only been outscored, state something obvious, they've been out hit by a dramatic margin.
Like most clubs, Derek, they're good in their home ballpark. They're 21-7 here in this ballpark. They build their team, their lineup, and their rosters constructed to fit this ballpark, and it does to a T, quite frankly. And you know, they've got positive arms that throw. Everybody on their rosters throwing mid-90s. We didn't think today's guy was going to be mid-90s, but he darn sure was.
Yeah.
Yes. So, I mean, everybody on their roster is throwing 94, 95 and higher, and they've got good offensive weapons in this ballpark. They're going to swing, and they're going to be a doubles home run team, and they have been this weekend. And you know, they're a good club. They're going to be reckoned with in postseason.
Well, and too often in this start, Ethan Calder had to factor in the leadoff man getting aboard 4 times in 5 innings. Here's P.J. Mutsaritas, the first batter that Braden Bergman will face.
And you mentioned those freebies. I mean, getting on base. 2 of the 4 times it was a free base. It was a hit batter and a walk, and unfortunately they both came around to score.
Bergman, his first pitch to Mutsaritas, a fastball up and away, ball 1. Guys are loosening into the Arizona State bullpen, but they're throwing a football. You see that more now as they toss a football to get loose out there.
And ironically, there's a football out in the Baylor bullpen.
Here is the pitch, a fastball up and away. That fastball from this distance, Tom, looks about like that steak and egg burrito you had this morning for breakfast. That was a big old honking piece of breakfast you had there.
Yes, indeed it was. Derek drags me to a gas station to have breakfast.
Did you like it?
It was pretty good.
Yeah. There's a strike on the outside corner. Mine was really good.
What'd you have?
The huevos rancheros
for 6.
What's that?
I said huevo rancheros for 6.
Oh yeah, yes.
Not 1.
Right. No, it was a pretty big portion. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That is off the plate away, just missing with a 95-mile-an-hour heater is Bergman, and it's 3-1. Well, once again, you would really prefer not to face Landon Hairston with runners aboard. He's in the on-deck circle. 3-1 the count. Bergman cuts it loose, and that is popped foul out of play. It'll drift into the first base seats.
Well, Derek, besides the Kansas State weather delay in Manhattan, everything else is gone final. Oklahoma State beats Tech 11-2. And Cincinnati comes from behind to beat West Virginia 7-5. And TCU pounds Houston 14-2.
Runner at first will be going on the payoff pitch. That is up and away, ball 4. It actually evades J.J. Kinnon and gets all the way to the backstop. So Mutsaritas draws a walk. And now the Bears will have to face Landon Hairston. The 9th man to hit this inning with 2 on and 2 out. Tom, if they're, the Baylor bullpen has been solid this year, but if it's had one problem that's been consistent, it's like it takes a batter for a lot of guys to get into the game, and too often you walk that batter and all of a sudden you find yourself in a situation like this. 2 on, 2 out for Landon Hairston. Here's the pitch, up high, ball 1.
You can't make a mistake.
Yeah,
I mean, when you do that, you can't make a mistake, and that's the conundrum right now for Brandon Bergman.
Well, because generally you're coming into a tight situation anyway. .436 average, 25 homers, 73 RBIs for perhaps the nation's best hitter, and he takes the strike. It's 1-1.
And he really is a terrific hitter.
At average, those numbers speak for themselves. The pitch inside almost hit him, 2-1. His grandpa played in the big leagues. His dad played in the big leagues. His uncle played in the big leagues.
And he's going to play in the big leagues.
Yeah, it's the family business.
Yes, it is.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. A breaking ball golfed foul down the left field line. That's going to slice on into the seats. About 5 rows deep. And he'll live to see another pitch.
I'm going to suspect he's had a bat and a ball in his hand since
Yeah.
as long as he could hold one.
7-2. Bears down in this one, bottom of the 5th inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out for Arizona State. And the break-even pitch sails all the way to the backstop. That breaking ball got away from Bergman immediately. And the runners move up. Now first base is open, but it's a full count. But also, conversely, you have 2 runners in scoring position. Too many wild pitches today by Baylor pitchers, and they flirted with them several times as well. That's the 3rd between Calder and Bergman. Here's the payoff pitch, and there's a bouncer back to the mound. Nice leaping grab by Bergman. Underhands to first for the out. Baylor pitchers have done a nice job on Landon Hairston this weekend. Unfortunately, like we've seen much of the case, it's been other guys who have done the damage. And Arizona State plates 4 runs here in the top of the 5th inning. They get those 4 runs on 4 hits. They strand a pair of base runners. We played 5 here in Phoenix. The score now, Arizona State 7, Baylor 2. Tom will have the call when we return after this here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Hey, Baylor fans, this is your call to gear up with Harley-Davidson of Waco. Whether you're hitting the open road or tailgating at McLean Stadium, we've got the ride to match your Bear pride. Check out our wide selection of new and pre-owned motorcycles. Visit our service department or shop all the latest gear and accessories to show off your Baylor spirit and Harley pride. Visit us today and find your freedom on 2 wheels. Harley-Davidson of Waco, where Baylor fans never ride alone. Visit in-store or at hdwaco.com. Sic 'em Bears.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed. Smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long business meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll beat all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call an order for Rudy's group meal.
Next in line.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Bears trying to salvage a game here in the series in Phoenix against Arizona State, but to do so, they'll have to play comeback. Down by a score of 7-2 as we head to the top of the 6th inning. It'll be Perez, Janiusek, and Armstrong due up for the Bears against Cole Klecker, who is back out there on the mound to start the 6th inning. And here with the play-by-play, Tommy B.
All right, thanks so much, Derek. And the 4th spot in the bottom of the 5th inning may have bought Klecker a little wiggle room. Arizona State pitching staff may give him a little more room to maneuver through here in the 6th inning. He's about to throw his 74th pitch of the ball game as he faces 2, 3, and 4 the order. Dylan Perez is going to lead it off for the Bears. He's 0 for 2, and the first pitch is a breaking ball that's low. There's ball 1. Perez grounded out in the first, struck out to end the 3rd, and he's now 0 for 7 in the series. 1 ball and no strikes in the 1-0 pitch. It's in there for a strike at 21. And quite honestly, Derek, you're going to look at a lot of different things, but the bottom line is Baylor just hasn't hit this weekend.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, there's 3 hits on the board right now. Most of the hits have been home runs. Here's the 1-1, swung on and missed. He went after a breaking pitch out of the zone and didn't have enough stick. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. One and 2 the count. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball called strike 3. Perez down on strikes for the 2nd time today. 7th strikeout for Cole Klecker.
It really feels like he hasn't liked facing these Arizona State pitchers this weekend, Tom.
It has been it's been a difficult weekend for Dylan, as it has for other Bears as well. Here's Janusek, who's 0 for 2 today. He is 1 for 10 on the weekend. The pitch to Brady is a fastball wide for ball 1. Janusek is hitting .320 on the year, 10 home runs, 39 driven in. Had a home run yesterday in his 1 for 4 outing. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0. Fastball that paints the outside corner at 91, and that evens the count at 1-1. Tice Armstrong is on deck. Baylor got a single run in the second and a single run in the fourth. They trail 7-2 here in the top of the 6th inning. Here's the 1-1. Waved at him, miss on a breaking ball, and it's 1-2. The bottom dropping out of that one. And
that was a good breaking pitch.
Yeah.
He's struggled with those.
You know, they got a scouting report. They know that right now Brady is struggling with the breaking ball. He'll fix that. Here's the 1-2. Another breaking ball. This one's about 55 feet.
Klecker frustrated with himself. Not a competitive pitch.
And the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on. We are in the 6th. Baylor's back home on Tuesday night against UTA. And then the Red Raiders of Texas Tech come to town Friday through Sunday of next week. The 2-2 outside and low for a ball, and it's 3-2. And that's where guys are throwing right now. Until you prove that you're not going to get yourself out, they're going to do that. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Klecker working from the stretch and delivers the 3-2, and it's on the ground to the shortstop. Under the glove of Mutsaritas, out into center field, and Janusek is aboard with 1 out.
Boy, you could see that coming, Tom, that high chopper, and Mutsaritas just didn't come in with his glove in the right spot, and it bounces underneath and on into left field for a hit. And now a rare opportunity for the Bears, just their 5th at-bat with a runner aboard on the day.
And here's Tice Armstrong. Armstrong homered in his first at-bat, then walked in the 4th. He's 1 for 7 this weekend. Klecker to the stretch. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball that's outside for ball 1. And it's going to be an error on the shortstop. Mutsaritas, his 8th of the year. One ball, no strikes. Klecker to the stretch, and the pitch is swung on and missed. Snap throw to first, and they got him. Back pick from the catcher, and Janusek is thrown out 2-3.
That was close, but no argument. That tag was slapped down there, and boy, that's a that's a big out here. As you had an opportunity with this part of the order up with the runner on, now changes the equation.
And the count is 1 ball and 1 strike after the swing and miss from Tice. There are 2 outs here in the 6th, and the 1-1 pitch is a fastball that's on the corner for a strike, and it's 1-2. Man, that's tough. You finally get a break. Shortstop kicks one for you, and you're on first base, and you get your home run leader up. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and tapped foul out of play on the right side. It remains a ball and 2 strikes. Easy to say up here, Derek, but those are plays you just can't make.
Can't make that. Yeah.
Not in a 7-2 deficit. Where are you going? 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 to Armstrong, and he lines it into over the head of the second baseman, Zavorik, who was lined up behind the bag, and that's out into center field for a 2-out single for Armstrong and a 2-hit day.
Nice sharply hit single to extend the inning for John Ewens. Ewens has put a couple good swings on this weekend, Tom. Let's see what he can do here with the runner at first, 2 away. Ewens does have a little bit of pop. He could get a hold of one on the pull side. See what happens.
For Tice Armstrong, that's his 12th multi-hit game of the year. And here's Ewens, who's 0 for 2. Swings and misses at a breaking ball. There's strike 1.
Yeah, late swing there at that slow breaking ball. Tried to pull the trigger at the last minute.
John struck out looking in the second, reached on a fielder's choice, and scored in the fourth. He's 0 for 2. 0-1's a breaking ball under the hands of the left-handed hitting DH out of Bosqueville. John Ewings for a ball, and now the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Armstrong at first with 2 outs. To the stretch goes Klecker. And the right-hander delivers a 1-1 breaking ball that's waved at and miss. It's 1-2. He's got some serious bite to that breaking ball right now.
It's really working for him. I mean, that's his bread and butter, and he's really employed it well today.
1-2 the count. With 2 outs and Armstrong at first, the 1-2 is waved at and miss. He struck him out. Second time today that Ewings has struck out. That's the 8th Bear to strike out in the ball game, and the Bears come up empty in the 6th. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left, and 1 error. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning with our score: Arizona State 7 and the Bears 2. This is Bears baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
At Baylor Scott & White McLean Children's, you'll find the care your child deserves and trusted expertise to set your mind at ease. With a network of convenient pediatric primary and specialty care clinics and an advanced medical center, they offer a full range of pediatric care close to home. Learn more at bswhealth.com/McLean-Children's. That's bswhealth.com/McLean-Children's.
The Brazos boys are back on the diamond as Baylor baseball hosts Texas Tech May 1st through May 3rd at Magnolia Field at Baylor Ballpark. Friday at 6:30 p.m. is 9 innings of winnings, where one lucky fan will win a prize during every inning. Saturday at 2 p.m. is Bark in the Park, so bring your dog to claim a dog bone chew toy. And Sunday at 1 p.m. is Youth Sunday, and kids 12 and under receive free admission. Purchase your tickets for Baylor versus Texas Tech now at BaylorBears.com/tickets.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Phoenix Municipal Stadium on a Sunday afternoon. Fans having fun. They're having all kinds of games going on as the ball game goes on. Kind of has a minor league game vibe here this afternoon. Beautiful day here in the Valley of the Sun as the Bears will go back out for the bottom of the 6th inning. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 in the order. Contradas, Toigo, and Rolik to face Braden Bergman. The line for Ethan Calder as his day is done here this afternoon. Ethan goes 4 2/3, gives up 7 runs, 6 earned on 11 hits. He walked 2, he struck out 2, throwing 80 pitches. 49 were strikes. And here's Berge ready to face Contradas, who's having a perfect day today. And the pitch to Contradas is swung on and foul back. New Contradas singled in the first inning and drove in, singled in the first rather, singled in the third and drove in a run, and then he walked and scored in the 5th. He's 2 for 2 with a run scored and a run driven in. Here's the 0-1. A tie for a ball. It's 2-1. Contradas had a good day yesterday. 2 for 4 with a pair of runs and a pair of RBIs. The average of 372 for Contradas. Looks at this pitch off the plate from Bergen. It's 2-1.
It's funny, Baylor has done a good job on Landon Hairston, but Contradas has sort of picked up where he left off.
The pitch to Contradas is swung on and hit high in the air, foul on the right side. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Contradas is hitting .600 on the weekend, 6 for 10. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bergman to the stretch of the 2-2 pitch. It's upstairs, ball 3. 3-2 on Contradas, the designated hitter. Toigo is on deck. We're in the home half of the 6th. Bears trailing 7-2. They've been out hit today 11-4. Here's a pitch that swung on and chopped foul at the plate. Trickles over towards the Bears' third base dugout. It remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bergman ready to work, and the 3-2 pitch is upstairs. He's walked him, and again, Derek, the leadoff man aboard for ASU.
That's a dangerous way to try to live, Tom. And you look, 5 times in 6 innings, leadoff man's reached 4 of the previous times they've scored.
And that's really kind of the storyline, Derek. And, we thought, honestly, that as Harrison goes, so goes ASU, but that's not been the case this weekend. Here's the pitch on the way to Toigo, and it's wide for a ball. It's 1-0.
Well, here's a number that also tells you part of the story about today's game, Tom. Baylor is 1 for 5 with runners aboard. They're 7 for 15.
Just about 500. 1-0. It's low ball 2, and Bergman having trouble locating the strike zone. Has fallen behind 2 balls and no strikes. Caleb Bunch getting ready for the Bears. He has not thrown this weekend, so he is clearly available. The 2-0, it's high ball 3. He missed badly there, and it's 3-0. About to put back-to-back runners on base via the free pass to open up the frame.
Well, 22 pitches for Braden Bergman, just 8 of them strikes.
3-0 pitch, wide ball 4. He's walked him. And honestly, Derek, you just can ill afford to stay with it at this point, I think. And here comes Mitch Thompson.
Well, and you're really hoping that Bergman can give you some quality innings here. I know it's a 7-2 ball game, but keep it close, get you back in it. But you're going to have to give someone else a try here as Mitch Thompson is out there and appears to have the hook with him.
So we're going to have a pitching change here in Phoenix with our score 7-2 Sun Devils. This is Bears baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Hey Baylor fans, Baylor softball season is currently underway. Come be a part of the action at Getterman Stadium all season long with single game tickets. With general admission tickets starting at just $8, there's no better way to enjoy elite college softball. And if you're coming with friends or family, group tickets are available for $5 each. Get your Baylor softball single game tickets now at BaylorBears.com/tickets.
If you need a trailer, Flat Rock Trailers has got you covered. From light-duty single-axle utility trailers to the big Tex tandem duals. We also carry a full line of enclosed cargo trailers. Need a motorcycle trailer? We've got them. Need a dump trailer? We've got the largest selection in the state. Oilfield trailers? We carry a full line of big Tex trailers to handle all your needs. Trailer repairs? We repair all makes and models. We'll even rent you a trailer if you need to use one for a day. Flat Rock Trailers, your #1 source for all your trailer needs. Find us at flatrocktrailers.com.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Well, the closer Caleb Bunch is on. The Bears need to get him in the game at some point, need to get him some work this weekend. And now is that time. Down 7-2 in the bottom of the 6th inning. First 2 batters of the frame walked by Braden Bergman, and so he gives way to Caleb Bunch. Bunch, the veteran right-hander, a 6'5 senior, coming off of a bad outing, but that bad outing has been a rarity for Bunch in his Baylor career. All-American type season for the right-hander. He is 4-2 in 17 appearances with a 2.4 ERA. He has 6 saves. And in 30 innings, he struck out 35, walked 16. Opposing batters are hitting .198 against him. And Tom, we all know that last outing of his was not very good. We also know that is not the pitcher that he is. He just didn't have it in the game against TCU last week. And so he gets a chance to get back in here. And, hopefully the Bears have some juice to try to come back in this game. But right now, you're just rooting for him to get right back in the saddle and remind everyone of why he's one of the best relievers in the game.
He is, and that's just the bottom line. I mean, everybody has a bad day. And it's always magnified when you're the closer.
Yes.
It is. And he accepts that role and he accepts that responsibility. He had a bad day. Anybody have an 0 for 4?
Yeah.
I mean, it happens. It's called competition, and sometimes you're not at your best. Let's just hope that he can settle in and go to work here as Austin Rolig, who hit a 2-run homer his last time up, climbs in with 2 on and nobody out. And here's the first pitch, and it's outside for a ball. Bunch has inherited 16 runners this season. 6 of those 16 have scored, and boy, you sure would like to make it 6 of 18 right here. 1 ball and no strikes. Rolig hitting .314 on the year. 2 aboard, and the pitch is way outside for a ball, and it's 2-0. That one got away from J.J. Kennett, but not far enough for Contradas to advance. Contradas is at second. Toigo is at first. Rolig ahead of the count now at 2 balls and no strikes. Outfield straightaway and deep. Wind continues to blow straight out over the center field wall. The 2-0 pitch is not close. It's 3-0. That one was way outside again.
Well, he's come in and struggled to throw strikes, which is not like him.
3 balls and no strikes. The Bears 1 pitch away from walking the bases loaded. Bunch to the stretch, a look back to second. Here's the payoff. It's in there. Or that'd be a 3-0 pitch rather, and it's in there for a strike, and it's 3-1. Contradas led off the inning with a walk off of Bergman. Toigo followed with the walk. And now 3 balls and 1 strike to Rolig, and here's the 3-1 pitch, and it is lined into right field. It's a base hit. Contradas is going to stop at third as the Sun Devils play station-to-station baseball.
Yeah, that was sharply hit despite a runner in scoring position. Couldn't bring him around, which is in the interim break for the Bears, but that was a nice piece of hitting by Rolig, and now here's Dominic Smaldino.
Rolig is 2 for 4 in the ball game today, and here's Dominic Smaldino. Smaldino climbs in from the right side with the bases loaded and nobody out. And the Sun Devils leading 7-2. Here's the pitch. It's on the corner for a strike, and it's 0-1. Off-speed pitch, and Bunchy gets it in there for a strike. Contradas walked. He's at third. Toigo walked. He's at second. Rolig has singled. He's at first. Nobody out. 7-2 Arizona State, and they've out-hit the Bears 12-4. Here's the 0-1. Outside and low for a ball, and it's 1-1.
Well, he needs to find the zone here, Tom. That single was set up by him falling behind early. Now 6 pitches, 2 strikes.
1 ball, 1 strike. Matt Polk is on deck. Bunch to the belt. Here's the 1-1. Check swing foul. It's 1-2. That was a good pitch. The count now at a ball and 2 strikes. Not much you can do other than see if you can get a ground ball right here and turn the double play. 1-2 breaking ball is on the ground right side, and it's going to sneak through for a base hit. Contradas scores. Toigo is on his way to the plate, and he's going to score. And it's a 9-2 ball game in favor of Arizona State.
Well, that ball not particularly well struck, but it had eyes on it to evade the diving Pearson Reebok. I think a run would have scored anyway, but well, I know a run would have scored anyway, but not 2, and he might have gotten out at first.
Rolig ends up at third base. They're on the corners now with nobody out in a 9-2 ball game. And here's Matt Polk. Polk's had a good day. Grounded out in the second. Singled in the fourth. Singled and scored in the fifth. Polk is 3 for 7 this weekend. Bunch working from the stretch with runners at the corners and nobody out. Here's the pitch. Swung on and grounded to the shortstop Sanders. He'll flip to second for 1. No relay, and coming home to score is Rolig on the ground ball to the shortstop Sanders. That was a high flip, and by the time that Reebok was able to pull it down, no time for Reebok to move it on to first base. So it's an RBI ground out.
A little awkward there on the collaboration at second base, but you get the out. Now 1 down in the inning, and see if you can sort of reset things. Wait, we're going to have a review. We're going to have a review to see if they got the out at second base.
And they're challenging. They being Arizona State is challenging to see if they made the play at second base.
Well, it's a 10-2 ball game here, and right now they're trying to keep their foot on the gas. It was close. It looked awkward from the get-go, Tom, but as it played, I thought that they made the catch in time there to get the out.
The feed was high to Reebok, and he had to reach up for it. And we'll see as the review is taking place. If it stands, it's an RBI fielder's choice off of the bat of Matt Polk. And Smaldino will be retired 6-4 for the first out of the inning. 3 runs have scored in the frame, so 7 runs in the last 2 innings, Derek, for Arizona State, and still just 1 out at the moment as the review continues beyond the Baylor third base dugout.
You know, you look, this game was heading into the top of the 5th inning was just a 3-2 ball game. But they have scored now the last 7 runs. As they're such a good hitting team. It's like once they got going, they really got going.
Well, they came into this game hitting .325 on the year, .328 in conference play, and that's interesting that they're a better hitting team in league play than in non-conference play.
Well, they can hit anywhere they go, but especially here at this park. And
well, we mentioned it earlier, Derek, that this team it's their construction of this club fits this ballpark. And it's that simple.
Well, there's a lot of guys who have the stuff to play at the next level on this roster. It's not just Landon Hairston. It's a lot of them. And as Bunch warms up while they're reviewing, it almost feels like you look, boy, Baylor had that opportunity to strike yesterday and couldn't. It's just tough whether it's in a game. Those opportunities are few and far between, and they've got so much talent at the plate that they get numerous bites at the apple.
It's taken a while. Now here come the umpires, and they're going to rule him out. So it is a fielder's choice off the bat of Matt Polk. There's 1 down, 3 runs in, and a runner at first base in Matt Polk. So Smaldino retired 6-4. There's 1 down. And we'll resume play with Zavorik at the plate. Beckett Zavorik, the second baseman. Zavorik is 4 for 9 this weekend with 3 runs scored and 3 runs driven in. And the pitch to Zavorik is in there for a strike. It is 0-1. Caleb Bunch working from the stretch. Armstrong holding it first. Bunch to the stretch. He'll throw to first. Wide throw. Nearly gets away, but Armstrong with a diving grab over at first base to keep Matt Polk at the bag. And I don't think, Derek, I may be wrong, but I don't think that Polk is going to be running here. He doesn't run much. Here's the pitch. It's way outside for a ball. Evens the count at 1-1. You're up 8.
Yeah, you would hope they wouldn't in this situation, and you never know, I suppose. But right now, really, you got to get these hitters.
1 ball, 1 strike. Bunch delivers a 1-1 pitch. It is swung on and missed, and it gets all the way back to the backstop, and moving down to second base is Polk on a swing and a miss on a pitch that was outside.
That's some filthy stuff, I guess, and you get the hitter to chase, and it even evades your catcher.
So now a ball and 2 strikes to Zavorik with another Devil at second base in scoring position. Bunch is ready. Here's the pitch. It's outside for a ball. Squares the count at 2-2. 81-mile-per-hour breaking ball from Caleb Bunch. Two balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, 1 on. 3 in. This pitch is in the dirt for a ball. It is 3-2. Nobody warming right now in the Baylor bullpen. This is all about Caleb Bunch.
Closed the book, by the way, on Bergman. Tom allowed 2 runs in a third of an inning with 3 walks.
3-2 the count. A look back to second. Here's the payoff pitch, and it is foul back. was a hanging breaking ball, and Zavorik fouled it back. Zavorik's last 2 plate appearances, a base hit and a double with a run scored. 3-2 the count. And again, the payoff pitch swung on, and it is hit in the air out to left field. Dylan Perez will make the grab, and there's 2 down.
Got it on the button, but right at Perez, you said, and now an opportunity to get out of the inning with no further damage.
Here's Brody Briggs. Briggs singled and drove in a run back in the 5th. He is 1 for 2. He's also scored a run when he was hit by a pitch. He was hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning with 2 strikes, and boy, that just kind of opened the door to start that 3rd inning, in which Arizona State was able to score a couple of runs and retake the lead in the inning, or in the ball game. First pitch to Briggs is upstairs for a ball. Mutsaritas is on deck. 1 ball, no strikes to the left-handed hitting catcher, Brody Briggs. And the pitch from Bunch is inside for a ball, and it's 1-1.
Baylor pitchers across the board today, Tom, have struggled with command. About a 50-50 strike-to-ball ratio.
And that doesn't play in this ballpark.
Just behind too often.
2 balls and no strikes. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Swung on and hit in the air out to center field. Going back on it is Caraway. Still going back at the wall. And Bo will make the catch at the wall to retire the side. But 3 more runs come across on just 2 base hits. And there was 1 man left on base. We will go to the top of the 7th with our score. Arizona State 10, the Bears 2. This is Bears Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Hey, Baylor fans, this is your call to gear up with Harley-Davidson of Waco. Whether you're hitting the open road or tailgating at McLean Stadium, we've got the ride to match your Bear pride. Check out our wide selection of new and pre-owned motorcycles. Visit our service department or shop all the latest gear and accessories to show off your Baylor spirit and Harley pride. Visit us today and find your freedom on 2 wheels. Harley-Davidson of Waco, where Baylor fans never ride alone. Visit in-store or at hdwaco.com. Sick 'em Bears.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see in the store. And a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long business meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next to the new arm.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Back in Phoenix as we continue into the 7th inning here with Arizona State leading in the ball game 10-2 for the Sun Devils. 10 runs on 13 hits. They've committed 1 error. They've stranded 7 base runners. Baylor with 2 runs on 4 hits. They've committed 1 error. And they have left 3 men on base. As we head to the top of the 7th, it's a new arm on the mound for Arizona State. It's going to be the right-hander, Jaden Alba, 6'3", 225, a junior out of Long Beach, California. So Alba going to the mound for Arizona State, going through the warm-up tosses. For Alba, this will be his 13th appearance. He's 2-1 with a 7.18 earned run average. In 31 1/3 innings, he's given up 27 runs, 25 of them earned on 34 hits. He has struck out 33, he's walked 15, and opponents hitting 270 off of Alba. We'll give you the closing numbers on Klecker here in just a moment. Alba's going to face J.J. Kennett here to start the 7th, with the Bears down 8 at 10-2. The pitch to J.J. swung on and a bouncing ball. 2 hops out to the shortstop, and Mutsaritas throws him out. There's 1 down.
Well, J.J. grounds out there, but on a tough weekend, he has been a bright spot. Consistently put it in play. Just there right at the shortstop.
Numbers for Cole Klecker, he went 6 innings, giving up 2 runs on 4 hits, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. And he is the pitcher of record for Arizona State. 1 down, and here's Reebok. Pitch to Pearson is in there for a strike. It's 1-0. One ball, no balls and a strike to Pearson. Hitting 194. Baylor's second baseman in there from the left side against Alba, who watches the next pitch go by for a strike, and it's 0-2.
Tom, the 8 strikeouts, a season high for Klecker today. That's continued to be a problem for Baylor.
It's been the theme really all weekend, unfortunately. Nothing in 2, the count to Reebok, and the 0-2 pitch is wide for a ball. It's 1-2. 1 out, nobody on. We are in the top of the 7th inning. The Bears on the short end of a 10-2 score. This one was a nail biter until the last couple of frames where ASU has blown it open. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch, bounces in for a ball, and it's 2-2 with Arizona State scoring 4 in the 5th and 3 in the 6th. They turned a 3-2 ball game into a 10-2 score. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the Baylor second baseman, Pearson Reebok, and the 2-2 offering. Swung on a miss. He struck him out. Reebok has struck out for the 2nd time in the ball game. That's the 9th strikeout for Arizona pitching.
That's tough, Tom. That's 40 strikeouts on the weekend. I don't want to belabor it, but that's been a challenge all year long and just hard to win.
Magnified here, though, this weekend.
It has been.
2 down, and here's Landklaus. Cole still searching for that first hit. He struck out looking his last time up. Watches this one go by low for a ball, and it's 1-0. So Jaden Alba out there getting some work. There are 2 outs. Alba's ready. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It's on the ground out to the shortstop on 2 hops. And he throws him out. And the Bears go quietly in the 7th. No runs, no hits, nobody left. Stretch time in Phoenix with our score, Arizona State 10, the Bears 2. This is Bears Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Baylor fans, ready to keep it cool this season? Ice and Easy delivers premium ice lightning fast. From tailgates to restaurants, construction sites, concerts, and races, Ice and Easy has you covered. Game day or work day, keep your drinks cold and your spirits bold. Ice and Easy, we deliver, you chill. Proud supporter of the Baylor Bears.
Hellberg Barbecue is a family-owned business started here in Waco, Texas, and proud to serve the local area. They love to cater all kinds of events, big and small. Serving Baylor and its families is one of their favorite things, and they even ship barbecue nationwide. Check them out while here in Waco or online and support one of Waco's local barbecue restaurants, Hellberg Barbecue. Salt, pepper, and a whole lot of prayer.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Along with Derek Smith, I'm Tom Barfield. We welcome you back to Phoenix Municipal Stadium. 7th inning stretch, and they're giving away all kinds of stuff. It looks like fans up on their feet, having some fun here as they lead it by a score of 10-2. 10 runs on 13 hits and an error for Arizona State. 2 runs on 4 hits and 1 error for the Bears. 9-1-2 in the batting order for Arizona State. P.J. Mutsaritas is going to lead it off. Then we'll turn it over to Landon Harrison and then New Contradas. Mutsaritas has not been retired today. He singled and scored in the 3rd. He walked in the 4th, and he walked in the 5th. So the shortstop Mutsaritas, who steps in from the right side against Caleb Bunch, and the first pitch is down low for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes.
You'd love to see Bunch have a clean inning here, Tom. Last couple haven't been for him, dating back to last Sunday.
1-0 the count. The 1-0 pitch is in there for a strike. 1-1. First place Kansas still in a weather delay with Kansas State. That's been a prolonged weather delay.
I guess those two schools could pretty much just stay there till they can't.
1-1. It's high for a ball. Yeah, what are they, about an hour and 15 away from each
not
other?
Too far, yeah, just
right down the
up on 70.
Yeah, right down the turnpike. 2 balls into 1 strike. Here's the 2-1 pitch. It is hit in the air down the right field line. This one looks to be slicing into foul territory. Janusek on the run. He slides. He makes the catch in foul territory on the side warning track. You know it's a tough play.
Yeah, the hat.
He lost the hat.
Actually, Reebok did too. That was a dual hat loss, but nice job there by Brady Janusek. That's a long run and a sliding grab. Really well done.
1 out. We're back to the top of the order for here's Harrison. He takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Harrison singled and scored in the first, delivered an RBI sac fly in the third, and then he's grounded out a couple of times. This pitch is low for a ball, and it's 2-1, or 1-1 rather. 1 ball and 1 strike to the left-handed hitting center fielder. Played left field on Friday night. Been in center yesterday and today. Bunch is ready, the 1-1. That bounces in, and it's 2-1. They're going to give him first base.
It's about the gentlest hit by pitch you'll see. That bounced up there, just caught him on the carom.
Yep, and no place in the rule book doesn't say that the pitch has to be in the air.
Yeah. You see, there's a softball game this year where the pitcher lost a release point and the pitch rolled, and it just rolled all the way into the batter's foot, and got her gave her the base.
1 on, 1 out for Contreras, who has walked and scored his last 2 times up, Derek. Yeah. 2 walks, 2 runs scored.
We came in here, you and I, worried about Landon Hairston. Turned out it was new Contreras. We should have been.
Four of the 10 runs were either put on base by hit by pitch or a walk that scored.
That's tough.
And here comes Mitch Thompson. And he's got the hook with him. That's going to be all for Caleb Bunch. So Bunchy's day is done. We have a pitching change here, Derek, and it's just been a challenge this weekend. I don't know how else to describe it.
Yeah, you know, a lot of the, Baylor's played in a lot of innings that they've been well behind. You know, it's magnifies in a game like yesterday when you have an opportunity and can't come through. But Arizona State, a top 25 team, and they've been really good here at home all year long, and they continue to be. They're already at 30 wins on the year. And is this McFadden? Maybe seeing Caldwell McFadden make his way out of the pen, getting a chance to pitch in this Big 12 game. And it's Caldwell McFadden, a true freshman, getting an opportunity. Tom, his 9th appearance, no decisions, a 4.05 ERA, 7 strikeouts and 5 walks in 13 1/3 innings. And for Caldwell McFadden, this will be his 3rd appearance in a Big 12 game. He has allowed 3 runs in 2 innings thus far, but he's given the opportunity here to face a really good hitter in New Contreras.
Well, your first 2 out of the pen have struggled. I mean, it's that simple.
Yeah.
Bergman with 1/3 of an inning, giving up 2 runs. Bunch an inning and a third, giving up a run on 2 hits. And there's nothing you can do. You go to the next one in line. That's exactly what Mitch Thompson and the Bears are doing.
Well, you just kind of want to see, yesterday Baylor got really good work out of the pen, right? They go 2 1/3 and scoreless innings, looked really good. Atkinson struggled on Friday night in relief of Lucas Davenport. And then tonight, here's the tough thing, too. You've got overall good enough starting pitching, at least as far as them going deep enough in games to allow you to really use your leverage guys out of the pen, but they haven't been effective.
So Caldwell McFadden completing the warm-up tosses. And he is going to face the two-hole hitter, Contradas.
It is worth noting here, Tom, that Contradas represents the potential game-ending run here.
It was on my mind, but I wasn't going to say it. But
I don't know. There's a part of me, let's just peek behind the window.
Yeah.
I don't really like saying it, but then it's also part of the setting, so I don't know.
Yeah, no, you have to. You do. I mean, you really do. It's information that needs to be talked about.
You don't want to catch the listener off guard.
Nope. Runner at first. Contradas at the plate. And he does have 13 bombs. He is 2 for 2 today with 2 runs scored and an RBI. The pitch to Contradas, a breaking ball that he takes it for a strike, but he sticks his arm out like, what in the world?
That was slow to the plate, but it clipped the corner.
Nothing and 1 the count. Caldwell McFadden to the stretch. Here's the pitch, and it swung on and popped up. Down the right field line, a long run for Tice and for Pearson Reebok, and Reebok's going to make the grab, and there's 2 down.
Well, that's a big second out. A nice job there by Caldwell McFadden. Located the breaking ball for a strike and then got the easy pop-up off Contradas' bat.
Here's Dean Toigo. Toigo walked and scored his last time up, but other than that, it's been a quiet day for Toigo. He is 0 for 3. Left-handed stick against the right-hander McFadden. And the pitch to Toigo is down low for a ball. That off-speed pitch at 86.
So Toigo did not like facing Ethan Calder today.
No, he was the happiest man in the world when Ethan left the ball game. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the 1-0 offering. Wide for a ball. It is 2-0. Rolig is on deck.
You know, McFadden's one of those guys, Tom, as a true freshman. You know, he's not just all Big 12 ready just yet, but you look, he hasn't been afraid of the moments he's been given.
2 balls, no strikes. And the 2-0 pitch. It's low ball 3. Okay, so look, you have a young guy in left, a young guy in center, a young guy in right, a young guy at third, and a young guy on the mound, right?
Yeah.
And I wouldn't call Pearson Reebok old.
This is a young Baylor team.
3 balls and no strikes. And the 3-0 pitch down and in, ball 4.
Baylor pitchers today, Tom, just 2 strikeouts and now 6 walks allowed.
Here's Rolig. Rolig with a 2-run homer in the 5th, a single in the 6th. He scored a pair and he's driven in a pair. He's also flied out and grounded out. McFadden to the stretch. Here's the pitch. Off speed. Just off the plate for a ball, and it's 1-0. I think that's one the Bears would love to get called a strike. Lots of traffic on the bases for Arizona State this afternoon. They lead it 10-2. Here's the 1-0. There's a strike at 1-1.
Talking about the traffic, Tom, this is their 21st at bat with a runner aboard, 11th with a runner in scoring position. 429 with runners aboard, 364 at scoring position.
1-1 the count. And the 1-1 is outside for a ball, and it's 2-1.
Everybody clap your hands.
2 balls and 1 strike. McFadden to the stretch. He'll look back to second and deliver a 2-1 pitch. It's hit in the air, popped up, straight up the elevator shaft. Coming in on it is the third baseman, Landcloss, and Cole will make the grab, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits. They leave a pair. We go to the 8th. Our score, 10-2 in favor of Arizona State. This is the Baylor Bear Radio Network.
We don't just build trucks. We build something that's meant to last. That's why the 2026 Toyota Tundra isn't just built in Texas. It's built by Texas. Every line, weld, and seal, shaped with the pride, heat, and strength that only Texas really knows. The Tundra is built to tough it out and to take it easy. Built to carry tradition and to make new ones. Built to roll with the punches and to go the distance. Built stronger, built louder, built here. The 2026 Toyota Tundra. Built in Texas, driven everywhere. Test drive at your local Toyota dealer or visit Toyota.com today. Toyota. Let's go places. Feature availability differs based on trim. See Toyota.com for details.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
On to the top of the 8th we go here in Phoenix with the Bears trailing 10-2. 10 runs, 13 hits, 1 error, 9 left for Arizona State. 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error, 3 men left for the Bears. As we move to the 8th inning, it'll be Caraway, Sanders, and Dylan Perez to face Jaden Alba. And here to bring us home is Derek.
Hey, thank you, Tom. 10 runs, 13 hits, 1 error for Arizona State. 2 runs, 4 hits, an error for the Bears. Well, not a lot of offense for Baylor this weekend against Arizona State, the team that leads the Big 12 in strikeouts as a pitching staff. And obviously that has stayed on par. 10-2 ball game as Bo Caraway stands in to lead it off. Caraway, Sanders, and Perez due up against Jaden Alba. And the first pitch to Caraway. Fastball in for a strike, 0-1. See if Baylor can generate something positive here in these latter innings, down 10-2. Alba with the stretch in the 0-1 pitch. Darts it in for his strike again, and it's 0-2. It's going to be a big week ahead, Tom, for the Bears, regardless of the outcome here. UTA at home on Tuesday night. Texas Tech, team that has struggled in Big 12 play this season in the friendly confines. The pitch, off speed, took something off, missed up, and it's 1-2. Really going to be important to take care of business at home with every opportunity you have the rest of the way. And, you know, the team has mostly done that, has been solid at home this year. Here's the 1-2 pitch, a tentative swing and miss, strike 3.
Yeah, the Bears are 15-7 in their ballpark. So, to your point, you've got 4 games at home this week, and somehow, some way, you got to get off the mat, get this thing figured out. You don't have a choice, Derek. You're in game 43 of the year, and you're running out of opportunities, and we talk about stacking wins. You got to figure it out.
Yeah.
And it starts on Tuesday night with UTA. That's a critical game. Don't you agree?
I agree. You honestly, you probably got to go. You got to go at least 3-1 this week. You know, which and maybe more than that. Here's a pitch, fastball off speed. I beg your pardon, down and in to Sanders. It's 1-0, and that's just thinking for trying to climb up in the Big 12 standings. Maybe work your way back towards the bubble. 1 out, base is empty at the top of the 8th inning. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch, just off the plate. Well, I think that's one thing that's been disappointing here of late. If the Bears aren't able to come back, and this will be their 6th straight loss. Baylor has not been streaky either way this year, right? It's been, a couple of wins, a loss, couple of loss, 2 wins. It's been that kind of season, and so to have 6 straight losses or 5 straight at this juncture is there's a wave and a miss at the 2-0 pitch, and it's 2-1. That's been tough for this team.
It has, and how do you handle adversity? How do young guys, as we mentioned, there's 4 or 5 freshmen in the lineup today. How do they handle adversity? And that's the challenge right now.
2-1. Alba with the kick and the pitch. Paints the outside corner with a fastball, and it's 2-2.
Alba has asked for time, and it's been granted so he can retie his shoe.
Seems like an important detail for a pitcher.
Certainly don't want to trip over your shoestring.
Yeah, that'd be bad. Playing the Jaws music. I guess it's because there's 2 strikes. They're just letting him play while he ties his shoe. I would feel rushed trying to tie my shoe with the Jaws music playing in the back.
And everybody's staring at you.
Everybody's staring, yeah. Here's the 2-2 pitch, chopped wide of third, foul. Jim Blair knocks it down. Tom, what's your analysis?
It's okay.
Fair enough.
I mean, it didn't go diving or anything. Put the body in front. Got to make a play, though, don't you?
You do. Two and two. Here's the break-even pitch to Sanders. It's low, and the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Boy, Jim Blair hasn't had much company this weekend. You know, you look Baylor, when they've gotten hits, they've tended to be big ones, which is nice, but not nearly enough of them. So mostly when he's had traffic over there, it's been guys rounding third and trotting on home. J.J. Kennett twice, Brady Janusek, Tice Armstrong, and Travis Sanders this weekend.
I think the big disappointment, Derek, is they had a plan. They put a plan together they felt really good about.
You got to get guys on. Payoff pitch, foul back.
But that was everything that you do offensively within your offensive plan is predicated on having people on base, having traffic. And it just hasn't happened with any regularity today or this weekend for that matter. Again, 4 hits in this ballpark is just not nearly enough. This is a hitter-friendly place.
Here's another payoff pitch on the way. Check swing at a breaking ball. He went around it. He knew it. That is a strikeout. Arizona pitchers now have struck out 11 batters. There's 2 away. Arizona State, I beg your pardon. So that's now, Tom, on the weekend, 42 strikeouts by Baylor hitters and just 10 hits.
Well, I think nothing else really matters at this juncture.
Here's Dylan Perez taking. Breaking ball, misses ball 1. Been a quiet weekend for Dylan Perez. Jaden Alba kicks and cuts it loose, and there's a dribbler up the first base line that rolls foul. And it'll be touched dead by Brody Briggs. Actually kicked dead over towards the Arizona State dugout. Alba on in relief from starter Cole Klecker out here for his second inning of work. Perez, couple of practice swings as he steps back in. Bases empty, 2 outs in the top of the 8th inning. Brady Janusek on deck for the Bears. Should Perez reach, and the pitch down and away. Another shanked baseball by the catcher Briggs.
It's uncanny how many times that he has done that today.
It's really odd. It's a good catcher for Arizona State, but he's struggled with that today.
Squeezing the mitt has been a challenge.
Fastball poured in for a strike at 92, and it's 2-2. Alba has struck out the first 2 batters that he's faced this inning, and now has a 2-strike count, 2-2 on Perez. Alba stretches and pitches, and it's waved on and missed, and Alba strikes out the side here in the top of the 8th inning. He's retired all 6 he's faced in relief. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Smaldino, Polkins, and Borak due up for Arizona State. It's a 10-2 ball game, I beg your pardon, here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar, the better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Listen to that endless pour. Pure refreshment. If it sounds this good, just imagine how it tastes. Oh yeah, so good. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
Do you want to earn points while cheering on your favorite Baylor teams? Join Baylor Bold Rewards. Track your attendance on the Baylor Sports app across athletic events and earn points towards prizes and experiences. Download the Baylor Sports app or register online today at BaylorBoldRewards.com and start earning your points today.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Hey Bears fans, this baseball season, make Pepsi your go-to game day drink because it's the only drink for baseball watching. Pepsi, that's what I like. Proud partner of Baylor Athletics. All Sun Devils here in the series finale, a 10-2 lead over the Bears here at Phoenix Municipal Stadium. Baylor's first ever visit here. It's to this specific stadium. Baylor has played the Sun Devils out here before at their old stadium just across the river in Tempe. But it's the first time they've faced them here in Phoenix as Big 12 Conference rivals. It's been a close series throughout much of their history, but it has now gone tilted the way of the Sun Devils the last 2 seasons, as they are in line to win 5 of the 6 games that they will have faced each other after it being 500 coming into the year. 10 runs, 13 hits, and an error for Arizona State. And new pitcher out there for the Bears, Luke McLeod, comes on for Ethan Calder comes in there for, beg your pardon, Ethan Calder was the starter. It is Luke McLeod in for Caldwell McFadden. As the batter Dominic Smaldino stands in, Luke McLeod brings to the mound a 3.06 ERA, 11 strikeouts, 5 walks in 17 2/3 innings. So McLeod on as the 5th pitcher of the afternoon for the Bears. There's plenty of activity in the pen. The first pitch from the freshman, fastball down in the dirt, ball 1. McLeod coming on here in a Big 12 ball game where his ERA is 6.5. There's a high fly ball off the bat of Smaldino deep to center field, and that is off the high part of the batter's eye for his 2nd home run of the weekend. Now Smaldino jumps all over the 1-1 pitch he sees from Luke McLeod, gets his arms extended and makes it 11-2 ball game. That's now 9 on the year for their first baseman. And it's an 11-2 game. We're going to see a pinch hitter for Matt Polk. It's Garrett Michelle. We saw Michelle on Friday night as well. Michelle, a .303 hitter with a pair of homers and 14 runs batted in. Left-handed batter, pinch hitting for Matt Polk. Polk had a good day, 2 for 4 with an RBI. It's an 11-2 ball game. Here is the pitch from McLeod. It's low, ball 1. It's a 9-run Arizona State lead. 1 more run would end it. McLeod rocks and fires the 1-0 pitch, and that's wrapped up the middle into center field, a base hit. So Michelle comes in and immediately singles, and he's aboard with nobody out for Beckett Zavorek. Zavorek 2 for 4 today. That's the 15th hit of the afternoon for the Sun Devils. Right-handed hitter, a .302 average with 3 homers and 19 runs batted in. Camden Cluett warming up in the Baylor pen. McLeod will go to work on Zavorek, and the pitch, a breaking ball in the dirt, ball 1. Sun Devils, it was a close game. They led the Bears 3-2 heading into the 5th inning, but then exploded for 4 runs, and as the pitch is grounded out towards shortstop, this could be 2. Sanders slips to Reebok for 1, and the relay to first is in time. 6-4-3, a double play. So the Bears get the ground ball they wanted there, and the batter will be Brody Briggs. Arizona State has scored the last 8 runs in this ball game. Baylor got a home run from Tice Armstrong leading off the 2nd inning, a 2-out RBI double from J.J. Kennett in the 4th. But that has been it as far as the scoring today for the Bears. Here is the pitch, grounded behind the bag at first, gathered in by Tice Armstrong. He'll take it himself, and that is the inning. McLeod recovered nicely after that leadoff home run there by Dominique Smaldino. They get a run on 2 hits. There's no one left on base. We've played 8. We head to the 9th. Bears have 3 more outs at their disposal, down 11-2 to Arizona State here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
If you need a trailer, Flat Rock Trailers has got you covered. From light-duty single-axle utility trailers to the big Tex tandem duals. We also carry a full line of enclosed cargo trailers. Need a motorcycle trailer? We've got them. Need a dump trailer? We've got the largest selection in the state. Oil field trailers? We carry a full line of big Tex trailers to handle all your needs. Trailer repairs? We repair all makes and models. We'll even rent you a trailer if you need to use one for a day. Flat Rock Trailers, your #1 source for all your trailer needs. Find us at flatrocktrailers.com.
At Magnolia Realty, award-winning agents set the bar for professionalism and excellence. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, Magnolia's full-service brokerage will guide you through every step of the process with expert industry knowledge. Their agents are fully invested in learning your story and customizing the real estate experience to suit your stage of life. Magnolia Realty has been serving cities across Texas since 2007, including Waco, Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, and Temple. To get connected or learn more, visit magnoliarealty.com.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Tough weekend for the Bears as we head to the top of the 9th inning. They trail Arizona State 11-2. The Sun Devils in line for the sweep, but the Bears have 3 more outs. Try to make something happen. Janusek, Armstrong, and Ewens due up against Jaden Alba. Sun Devils got 7 solid innings from their starter Cole Klecker, and now they are allowing Alba the chance to try to close this game out as Janusek makes his way to the plate. He's reached on an error today and is otherwise he's over 3 overall on the day. Just 1 hit on the weekend. Be on the air at 6:15 on Tuesday night. Baylor's next game back at home against UT Arlington as the Bears will go for a season sweep over the Mavericks, a team they beat 5-2 in Arlington back on the 7th of April. Here's the pitch to Janusek. Paints the outside corner with a fastball. Does Alba strike 1?
Alba's an interesting player for this club.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Chases a breaking ball. It's 0-2. Veteran for them.
And hasn't given up a single run in conference play.
That'll work.
But he has a 7.18 ERA for the year.
Here's the breaking ball, rolled out to shortstop. Grab by the shortstop who throws high to first, and that throw pulls Smaldino off the bag. Mutsaritas with an error, his 2nd of the day. And Brady Janusek is aboard to start the inning, setting the stage for Tice Armstrong.
First baseman number 11, Tice Armstrong.
Armstrong homered to left in his first at-bat. He is a pair of hits today. Try to blemish Jaden Alba's Big 12 ERA. Here is the pitch. Breaking ball hammered high in the air. Back deep to left center field, and he does blemish Alba's ERA. And monster home run up the hill to the left of the batter's eye. His 2nd of the day and 16th of the year.
Wasn't much doubt about that one, was it?
Not at all. A 2-run shot. He'll finish the day with 3 hits, 2 homers, and 3 runs batted in. That was a mammoth home run. Both of them high in the air today for him. He's elevated them both. It's an 11-4 game.
I think this is his 4th ball game with 2 home runs.
Well, in 16 homers, he has now matched Josh Ludy. We'll see who the most before that was. Maybe that may be getting close to the most since, John Topolsky, Josh Ford, some of those guys. But 16 homers now on the year for Armstrong. Here's John Ewens taking ball 1, and now ball 2. Well, Tice, a bright spot today for the Bears, along with J.J. Kennett. On a weekend that's been unfortunately devoid of a whole lot of them at the plate. Nobody out. Top of the 9th inning. Bears are down 11-4. Okay, Tom, you want to know who's next? This is now a top 10 home run season in Baylor history for Tice Armstrong. He's tied with Josh Ludy for 10th. There's ball 3, 3-1 to John Ewens. Some big names ahead of him as there's ball 4. Ewens draws the walk. The first 3 have reached here in the top of the 9th inning. So next home run would move him in a tie for 6th in a single season with Jason Jennings, Eric Nelson, John Topolsky, and Shaver Hansen.
Wow.
He's 2 away from moving into a tie for 4th place all time with Jason Jennings and Chris Durbin. He is 3 away from moving into 2nd place all time with Matt Williams and John Topolsky. And he's 5 away from tying Charlie Carter for the most in a single season.
Yeah, Matty Williams, good third baseman, Derek. Good third baseman.
I mean, those are some big names. Those are some of the biggest power-hitting names in Baylor history.
And I think Matt Williams was a California kid.
Oh, yeah? It's funny, he has the same name as the major leaguer who also played at third base and was a power hitter. Here is J.J. Kinnett with Ewens at first base. Here's the pitch. Alba misses low. Ball 1. Max Calderon tells us that Homer traveled 429 feet, left the bat at 102 miles an hour. There's a toss over to first, and Ewens is back in. Got to be worried about Ewens over there, Tom, in a 7-run game in the 9th. Kinnett takes a strike, fastball in, and it's 1-1. Pair runs in for the Bears, still nobody out, a runner at first. J.J. Kinnett has driven in runs all 3 games on the weekend. The 1-1 his way, just misses away. And howling out to center field as it's done much of the afternoon. It'll be a 2-1 pitch. Alba cuts it loose, and Kinnett rips it by the second baseman, and it pops into center field. Low glove by Zavorak. He tried to catch that rip, but could not. It got under the glove and caromed high into center field. That was a nice piece of hitting there, though, by J.J. Kinnett, Baylor's 7th hit of the afternoon. The Bears are showing a little fight here in the top of the 9th inning. 4 runs, 7 hits now and an error, but Arizona State 11 runs, 15 hits and 1 error. 2 on, nobody out, and here is Pearson Reebok. Pitch by Alba, low, ball 1. Alba has not been as sharp here in this 9th inning.
They're moving around out in the bullpen, but I don't think they're in any hurry to get Alba out of the game at this point.
Shift on against Reebok. The 1-0 pitch, slice foul behind the plate, evens the count at 1-1.
Yeah, Matt Williams was from Long Beach, California.
Oh, yeah? West Coast guy. Well, you want to appreciate what Tice Armstrong is doing this year. Top 10 all-time home run season. It's a pitch up and away, and the count is 2-1. The Doves are descending on the ballpark, inching from string to string, holding up the net. Here's the pitch. That is up high. And the count is 3-1. The fans getting a little restless.
Yeah, they're antsy.
They are. The Doves or the fans or both?
Both, I think.
Yeah. Three and 1 to the waiting Reebok. Alba with the pitch, and that is bounced up the middle. Gloved by the shortstop, goes to second for one. That'll be the only play. Get the force of J.J. Kinnett at second base. Ewens on to third base. And Reebok safe at first without a throw. So they're on the corners with 1 out. And here is Cole Landcloss.
perfect time to get a hit, isn't it?
If nothing else, you'd love to see him head back to Waco with that first hit to his credit. He's 0 for 3 today. He did rip a hard liner to second his first time up, just right at Zvorek. Here's the pitch by Alba. Clips the inside corner. Took a little something off a fastball there, and it's 0-1. Here's the kick and the pitch. Wave and a miss and a sharp breaking ball, and it's 0-2 to the freshman. Bo Caraway, another true freshman on deck for the Bears. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball just off the outside corner. Tough take, but Landclaus did and survives it to see at least one more pitch. One and two. Here is the pitch to Landclaus. Chases a breaking ball. That's another strikeout. That's now 5 of them for Alba. The Bears are down to their final out as Bo Caraway makes his way to the plate. Couple of runs in the inning for the Bears. They've showed a little fight here in the frame. As Bo Caraway steps in. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Shift on against the left-hander and the pitch. The runner at first base will jog on down. That's Pearson Reebok. Catcher's indifference there. Left-handed batter against the right-handed pitching Alba. Second and third with 2 away, and here is the pitch. A wave and a foul tip. And the Bears are down to their, I beg your pardon, it's now 1-1. 2 on, 2 out. We'll hear the thoughts of Bears head coach Mitch Thompson coming up on the postgame show. 1-1. Caraway waits. Alba with the pitch. Up and away. 2-0. Arizona State scored 8 straight runs in this game before the 2-run Tice Armstrong homer here in the 9th inning to pull away in what was a tight game in the 5th. It'll be a 2-1 pitch. It's on the way, and that is dribbled foul. 2-2 the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out. 2 runs in here in the top of the 9th inning. But the Bears now down to their final strike. Alba makes his way back to the top of the mound. His team a strike away from a series sweep. Baylor has done a good job avoiding the sweep. 17 consecutive Big 12 series, but that appears to be coming to an end here as Caraway slices a foul up the third base side. Baylor generally has avoided being down 0-2 in series this year, but right now looking like that is obviously down 0-2 already, looking like the sweep is in line here for the first time in 17 Big 12 series. 2-2. Pitch to Caraway, a comebacker to the mound, knocked down by Alba. He gloves it, lobs to first, and that's the ball game. 11-4 the final. Arizona State with the victory. They secure the series sweep over the Bears here in Big 12 play. Postgame show is coming up next here from Phoenix. Tough one for the Bears. Tough weekend all the way around. They fall today to the Sun Devils 11-4 here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
From the Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Studios, this is KRZI Waco, K222DC Waco, K265DV Temple, ESPN Central Texas.
Are you a diehard Bears fan? Sure, your entire closet is Baylor green and gold. All your pets' names have started with Judge, and that good old Baylor line is your ringtone. But do you have an official Baylor University toll tag? That small green and gold sticker reps the Bears and cuts your toll bill in half. Visit getmytolltag.com to purchase your specialty tag and deck your ride with Baylor pride. Small sticker, big savings, sick 'em Bears.
At Baylor Scott & White McLean Children's, you'll find the care your child deserves and trusted expertise to set your mind at ease. With a network of convenient pediatric primary and specialty care clinics and an advanced medical center, they offer a full range of pediatric care close to home. Learn more at bswhealth.com/McLean-Children's. That's bswhealth.com/McLean-Children's.
This has been live coverage of Baylor baseball. Now, it's time for the post-game show. Brought to you by Bubba's 33, Scratch Made, Food for All, Gulf States Toyota, Let's Go Places, Baylor Scott & White, the official hospital and healthcare system of Baylor Athletics. Your healthcare, your way. Premier ER and Urgent Care. Feel better now. Rudy's Barbecue, the home of real Texas barbecue. Stay tuned as we break down the game, listen to highlights, talk with Coach Thompson, players, and more. All coming up on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Well, a tough weekend for the Bears here as Arizona State, the nation's number 21 team, secures the sweep at home. First time in 17 Big 12 series that the Bears have been swept, and you look at that, that is going back a ways, and we'll give you the exact numbers on that, but this is a Baylor team that has managed to avoid that for the most part, but not this weekend. Too many strikeouts, not enough offense, and really not enough of anything, unfortunately, against the Sun Devils as they win 11-2, 4-2, and 11-4. Baylor's record now 22-21, 9-12 in Big 12 play. Arizona State 31-14, 14-7 in conference action. They are trying to make a push. The Sun Devils are towards the top of the Big 12 conference. Baylor, who began the day tied for 8th place in the conference, will find itself tied for 9th place after Cincinnati came back for a victory today. And so the Bears find themselves tied for the number 9 seed right now and have lost 6 straight ball games. And, you know, you think about this last week. It has obviously not been a good one. Actually, we'll hold that thought because Bears head coach Mitch Thompson is making his way over to Tom Barfield for the thoughts on today's game.
All right, thanks, Derek. Coach, the game kind of got away from you in the 6th and 7th inning.
Well, it did. We didn't do near enough offensively all weekend to get anything going, and our pitchers felt like they have to keep them to nothing, and we struggle with that all weekend. And so this has been a tough weekend for us. It's probably the most disappointing weekend for sure this year that I've had. Today's loss is one of those most disappointing losses. I think we're better than what we're showing. Our at-bats weren't very good. We didn't pitch well enough, and they beat us. They beat us up all weekend long. So I'm disappointed, and we're going to go to work and see if we can get this thing turned back around.
You got 4 games next week at home. UTA starts it off on Tuesday night, and that's obviously the biggest game of the season.
Well, it is. We got to get this thing turned around right now, and we got to wash this crap off and clean up and get on with. Get on with life. This has been disappointing. Like I said, we didn't play well up and down the lineup. Offensively, we weren't in it. Their arms dominated us, and there's really no other way of putting it. So we have to be honest with ourselves, take it upon ourselves to figure we got to be better.
All right, Coach. We'll see you back in Waco. Post-game, Mitch Thompson, back upstairs to you, Derek.
Thank you very much, Tom. We appreciate Coach Thompson there. His thoughts after a tough weekend. Baylor swept for the first time since the next to last weekend of the 2024 season when they dropped 3 straight in Norman against Oklahoma. Here the final is 11-4. 6 straight losses now for the Bears. We'll take a timeout and come back with some stats, some final thoughts on this one as well after a tough weekend in Phoenix here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
We don't just build trucks. We build something that's meant to last. That's why the 2026 Toyota Tundra isn't just built in Texas. It's built by Texas. Every line, weld, and seal, shaped with the pride, heat, and strength that only Texas really knows. The Tundra is built to tough it out,